Well, Danny, first of all, we'll start with some injury news. How is Sean Raggett after the injury that forced him off on Monday?
Yeah, he's a little battered and bruised, as you've probably seen from his social media pictures, but he's actually, the eyes cleared up and opened up again now. He was really keen to turn his legs over this morning, so he did the warm up with the group. He's off to see the specialist this afternoon, and from the back of that we're no more. The early signs are really positive in the respect that there doesn't look to be a fracture, but bearing in mind there's so much swelling and an X-ray is only 2D, there's a potential that maybe the swelling is keeping the depression up. So we've just got to see the surgeon and get confirmation that there's no break, and if there's not, then obviously that will be a huge plus.
And I suppose even if it is the worst case scenario, at least you do have Rasmus, who came on and did fantastically in the dying moments of the Wigan game, and James Bolton can deputise there as well. There are options for you.
Absolutely. So you never want to lose any of your players, and certainly Sean Raggett has been a very good player for Portsmouth Football Club and for Nicky and myself for a long time. But we're lucky in that position. Actually, it's probably the position on the pitch where we have the most cover and the most competition for places rather than cover. So no, lots of good options. I thought Rasmus come on and did fantastically well against Wigan on Bank Holiday Monday. We also have Paul Downing and James Bolton. So no, really good options. Certainly more options in that area than maybe at the top end of the pitch.
You had a friendly game against Millwall under-23s earlier in the week as well, a 1-0 win. Were you there to watch, and if so, what did you think?
Yeah, we watched. It was good to go back to Gosport Borough. I've managed there a few times when I was in charge of Concord Rangers. The young players did really well. Paul Downing played at centre half, played the first part of the match, which was great. It was a competitive game, and they got on the right side of a tight game, and Alfie scored the goal. So no, it was great to watch the young players. We have seen a bit of them. They've come and trained with us over the last 3 weeks. Also, we'd seen them in the Papa John's games. I know a lot of them played in those early fixtures. But it was nice to see them with our own eyes, and it was great to see them play and great to see them do well and get on the right side of the win.
Is it important that you see them get game time, because of course you can learn more from that than watching them just in training? Absolutely.
You know, for any young player any young player that we want to develop, it's a balance between high quality training and a good games programme, and if you can get those two parts of their pathway right, then you normally see natural progression. You never like to see young players starved of football, so it's always great to be able to see them play. Over time, as we start to get a clarity as a club in terms of our DNA and our game model, then hopefully we'll be able to see the 18s and the 23s or the bounce team being able to play in the same way as the first team, and then you kind of get that really natural transition, so that when people do step up or come and play in, maybe first team players playing in the 23s, then there's natural cohesion, and we have a blueprint of the way that we work. Everybody has that joined up thinking, and then for me that then becomes a place where we can then really start to move forward.
On to Burton then, and it would have been a tough game anyway, but especially since Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's come in and really turned their fortunes around.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's done an amazing job. He picked them up bottom of League One, and they were quite adrift in terms of points, and their results have been outstanding from the moment that he's come in. They're playing really competitive football, quite a direct style, lots of balls into the box. They have a throw on that they like to use, a long throw on that they like to load the box at every opportunity. Some really good ideas from corners and free kicks. So a set piece team. Ask a lot of questions of you defensively. We obviously know a couple of their players, Michael Boswick, Danny Rowe, who both played for us at Lincoln and were brilliant for us at Lincoln, so it'd be good to see them. But no, it'll be interesting now to see Burton and the next stage in their development, because for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, no doubt he played in a certain way to pick up the points that they've needed to retain their status in this division. Now it looks like they have retained their status. It'll be interesting now to see him no doubt he'll want to try to change the style and work towards the game idea that he's more used to.
Do you put more work in the training ground into the set pieces when you are playing a side where you know they can be dangerous from them?
I think first and foremost, it's about us and it's about mastering our game model, and we've still got a long way to go in that because we're a new group. We took loads of learning from the Wigan game, which is great. We'd like to play and commit more to our game idea than we did on the day. I didn't think we quite had the energy in our high press, and I didn't think we quite committed to our press break and the way that we like to build our play. So I think we took some really good learning, which I think will help us going forward. It was obviously great to get on the right side of the Wigan game, but we'd certainly like to have more control and rhythm in games if we can find that. So a lot of it is about working on us, but always with the opponent in mind. And naturally, when you play an opponent that has certain weapons, you have to set up to try to deal with that. And we will always, when we play direct teams, we like to stop it at source if we can. And also, sometimes you see a team's biggest strength, and quite closely you can find their biggest weakness. And then the aim is obviously on the training ground to try to find ways of exploiting that.
And in terms of the fitness and the energy levels, how are the lads after a busy Easter weekend?
I think they're really good. Tiredness is normally a state of mind. If a lion jumps out of a bush, you wouldn't say you were leggy then, would you? You'd run, and you'd run hard. So tiredness is often mental. I think sometimes when you do get tired mentally, you start to be reactive rather than proactive, and you stop making angles for each other, stop going the extra yard on the press. And actually what you find by not doing those things, you actually have to run harder because you don't actually have the control in the game. So I think we learnt a lot. I think the boys have had an extra couple of days than what they had between Rochdale and Wigan to regenerate and to refocus and recharge, and we've been able to do that while obviously taking some learning in the video room and in department meetings, and obviously on the training pitch. So no, it's been a productive couple of days, and now we're in a really good position to go and target what we know will be a really competitive Burton team.